we going on, people? I hope you're all okay. Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with another Sunday Sessions video. Before we jump into today's video, I just want to mention our free course on our website. If you aren't involved in that and you haven't participated, then be sure to head over to our website and get yourself involved. If you're a beginner in the world of Forex, this is the free course for you. There are no hidden costs or anything like that. It is as simple as creating an account like you would on Facebook or Instagram on our website and participating in the free course. You'll have access to all the free information on there. So get yourself involved and take full advantage of what we have to offer on there. Now, as always, what I'm going to do is run through some of the markets that I'm looking to trade this coming week. Also show you some trades that we have placed in the week just gone. And then I'm going to pass you over to James. He's going to do the same. He's going to run through some of the pairs that he's looking at trading and give you his rundowns on those markets as well. On next week's Sunday Sessions video, we should have another very special guest. This is a very close and dear friend of mine within this industry, and I have actually mentioned him in some of my previous videos and our Trading Couch videos. His name is Philip, and he has a Forex team of his own called Opus. So make sure you guys return next Sunday, as he will be featured in that video. Now, without further ado, let's jump into this week's Sunday Sessions. Okay, so on screen we have XAU USD. This is a market that we have traded multiple times this week. What I'm going to do is throw up a screenshot or a few screenshots of the trades that we have placed and the potential sell zones that were given to the clients that they could have sold from. As you can see, there are multiple sell zones on screen here that we took full advantage of during this impulsive wave taking us lower. Now, how am I looking to trade this market this coming week? Well, I am expecting price to go bullish, produce us with a corrective wave, taking us back up into the market. This is the sell zone that I have highlighted. I want to see price trail into this, provide us with a fractal break of structure to the downside, where we can then look to get reintroduced into this market in more sell positions and ride it down to our higher time frame take profit target, which you can see is set here. Now, it is set at this point as this is just above the previous higher time frame swing low. As you can see, this line here that is highlighting that previous higher time frame swing low. So it's set just above that, just to guarantee that our take profit is actually achieved. So yes, this coming week, look for those sell positions in XAU USD. We are going to see a fractal pullback, a corrective wave take place, but ultimately look for those sell opportunities. Okay, now moving over to the Euro USD market. Again, I'm looking for those sell positions on this market. I have been looking for sell opportunities for some time now. I have managed to find a point of interest, which I want to see price penetrate, provide us with good rejection, breaks of structure to the downside, clear bearishness, and then we can look to get introduced again in this market. Like with XAU USD, my final take profit target would be set just above this line here, as this marks the higher time frame structural low. So just to be safe, we set our take profits just above these points to ensure that they are achieved every time. You'll see that I've marked out previous points of interest, and it has offered us with selling opportunities, which we have taken advantage of. But ultimately, this is the higher time frame point of interest that I'm wanting to see price reverse from, creating that next bearish impulsive wave lower. Now moving over to the Euro AUD market, we have seen price tap into a higher time frame point of interest here. We have actually seen it distribute or range, consolidate, whatever you want to call it. It has done that for some time, giving us an unclear bias to an extent. But what we have seen as of recently is actually bearish structure being introduced, and we have seen multiple lower lows now being created. So that would suggest and tell me that we can actually look now for those sell opportunities. You'll see here that I have highlighted a last buy to sell zone. We could refine this ever so slightly to here. I am wanting to see price tap in, which it has done. We've had that penetration. Now what we want to see is a fractal break of structure to the downside, a pullback, and then we can look to get introduced in this market. So I want to see price break below this, deliver us with a fractal pullback, giving us the opportunity to get a refined entry. We would look to execute a position somewhere around here, and then we can ride this market lower. So again, looking for sell positions. all of the markets that I look to trade are always predominantly bearish. For some reason, I've always been drawn to bearish markets, and those are the markets that I seem to do best in. So again, look for those selling opportunities. We just want a break of structure from these fractal structural lows, a pullback to give us a refined entry, and then we can look to execute. So sell positions on Euro AUD as well. And then on behold, on AUD USD, we have the exact same bias. Again, we are wanting to look for sell opportunities. We have had a penetration of a higher time frame point of interest. You can see if I zoom in, this marks a last buy to sell candle, clearly holding some liquidity, as from the penetration, it has then provided us with bearishness. So this is brilliant. This has offered us with a complete distribution. We have seen breaks of structure to the downside as well. We could say that this was the last structural low, came up to set a structural high. We've then broken structure to the downside and now created a new lower low. What we want to see now is price pull back into this last buy to sell area before continuing bearish. We'll set our take profit just above the previous structural swing low just to guarantee that it's taken, and our stop loss will be set just above the structural high that is created within this pullback. So again, look for those sell positions on this market. Mark out this zone for yourself. As you can see, these are the coordinates here. Mark out this zone for yourself, wait for the pullback into this zone, and then look to execute those sell positions. So that is going to conclude my analysis for this week's Sunday sessions. I know it's very quick and very brief. I'm actually heading away this weekend, so I just wanted to box off my section quite quickly, give you the zones and areas that I'm looking for, as well as my bias, before handing you over to James. If you have enjoyed my analysis and you've learned something from this, or you've implemented some things into your own markets, be sure to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. Now, without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to James, and he is going to run over some of the markets he is looking at.
Okay, so this week I'm going to be starting on the Euro US dollar currency pair. Now, this time round, I want to actually try to really depict what my overall bias is within this market, rather than trying to run through it very quickly and potentially leaving any areas of confusion. I'm going to try and cover all bases here. So the whole bias of this market pretty much starts with this 3-month time frame, where we are in the understanding that price is in an uptrend longer term. Now, in order for this uptrend to continue, we would expect that this correctional wave trading back down will reverse anywhere above the swing low, because this swing low we are expecting will be protected. So looking inside of here for anywhere that would represent an unmitigated order and therefore a demand zone, it seems like this is pretty much the only region where there is a clear sell to buy, where there is clear institutional control. We're pairing a sell to buy with market inefficiency, and we can also see this is representing the test within the accumulation that reversed the market last time. So it would be very, very nice now to see the market reverse inside of this. So that is my target for price, is for it to trade down into this region where we're going to have a longer term accumulation that will reverse the market and potentially deliver us with that next impulsive wave higher. So as we delve into that, my assumption being that price is going to continue bearishness until it hits that zone. Now, working within 4-hour structure, this is our 4-hour impulsive wave. We came to invalidate a couple of the points of interest that could have acted as a reversal point prior, but we see the recent moves higher have come to show us that price was not yet ready to reverse lower. Therefore, in order for price to continue 4-hour structure, we must now see a reversal from this zone. The reason why we must see a reversal from this zone is because this represents the last buy to sell. And if price is going to follow 4-hour structure, if it's delivered this correctional wave all the way back up to here, I'd want to see the mitigation of this order, a nice distribution, therefore being a sign that the institutions are getting involved in positions and backing this move. So there's a couple of things that could happen from here. Either price is going to follow 4-hour structure, in which case it's going to reverse anywhere in this region, protecting this high, to come and then exceed the current target and continue bearishness. Now, if on the flip side, however, we see price exceed 4-hour structure, we then need to identify what structure is it following from there. So we could then zoom out and say, well, there's now a potential for price to deliver a wider scheme correctional wave all the way back up, which is where we would then have to go and identify any points of interest that remain in this area. Now, I have not actually gone through myself to identify any of these points because I still don't believe that's probable. I still believe price should continue following lower time frame bearishness until we trade to this region, just because of how close we are. A correctional wave now would not make any sense whatsoever. So, long story short, hoping to see at some point price trading us up into this zone where we'll see a reversal. We see price came very close to that zone, but the reversal below this zone was a very quick reaction. There was no clear signs of institutional control, no clear signs of liquidity being built up, liquidity cleared. All of these parameters that to me would signify that institutions are getting involved in this move, none of which have been delivered, and therefore I would find it very unlikely that this reversal sustains the overall move lower down to this region. Therefore, instead, what I am looking at is the potential that price is actually just making this move lower as a correctional wave in order to build enough demand to traders into this point of interest where we'll see that wider scheme reversal backed by the institutions, where I would then want to look to get involved in longer term sales. So pretty much in this coming week, I'm going to be looking at these zones. As of right now, there's only 2 left that have not been invalidated. So the last sell to buy in this region, I have my alert set there at 0.97, 292. I have another box here, which is also representing a sell to buy region. This one at 0.98821. So what we can do in terms of 15-minute structure, waiting for price to trade into one of these, potentially finding a reversal for us to then go bullish up into this zone, where we'd then wait for that higher time frame reversal distribution to get involved in longer term sales. However, in the short term, we could potentially look to take some short term scalp like sell positions to trade price down into these zones. So what I mean by that is that we obviously know price has to trade bearish in order to deliver into this zone. Now we can try to capitalize on that bearishness to get intermediary sells in the intraday of the market. We see that a couple opportunities have been delivered here. So after we had the break of structure lower, we had signs of bearishness being formed. We had a tap into this zone where there would have been an entry opportunity. Another tap into the zone here where we would have had an entry opportunity. Same again here, so plenty regions where we could have got involved in sell positions, shorter term, with the expectation that price may actually trade down into one of these zones. So that is how I'll be looking to tackle the market, short, medium, and longer term. Understanding, regardless of what is delivered, I know exactly how to manage those trades and exactly what that means for me. So when it comes to these short-term sells, the take profit will simply just be down at this zone, but I will also take partials along the way to make sure that I am secure. This just gives us shorter term positions, as I stated, in order to be involved in the market rather than us just sitting on our hands waiting for this zone to get delivered. So hopefully that's quite a nice insight for you all onto this market, onto my bias moving forward, how I'll be looking to tackle it in this coming week. If you have any questions about this, make sure to let me know in the comments. Hopefully you can take some information away from this. But with that being said, I hope everyone has enjoyed this week. If so, please do leave us some feedback. It helps us out massively, even a simple like on the video. Without further ado, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next week in the next Sunday Sessions video.